Imagine being 8 years old and asking your mom a simple question. Why is everyone in the world obsessed with our family? For most kids, that question never needs to be asked. But for Stormi Webster, it's the definitive mystery of her childhood. Over the last 72 hours, a clip of Kylie Jenner on KUWTK's new podcast has gone completely nuclear because of one word: weeping. We aren't talking about a glam tear for the cameras. We're talking about the world's most successful influencer admitting she was sobbing in her bed after trying to explain her own origin story to her daughter. It's a moment that has forced a massive conversation about the cost of the Kardashian machine and whether the fame they built was worth the family they lost. The factual recap of the situation is actually quite grounding. On the April 1st episode of Big Bro with KUWTK, Kylie got incredibly raw about a recent movie night she had with Stormi. Apparently, Stormi has reached that age where schoolyard chatter has made her realize her family isn't like everyone else's. To answer her daughter's questions, Kylie pulled up the very first episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians from 2007. But what was supposed to be a History 101 lesson turned into a logistical and emotional nightmare. Kylie admitted she had to keep her finger on the fast-forward button to skip over the inappropriate stuff, specifically the Ray J drama that launched the family, while trying to show Stormi cute scenes of their old house parties. The real kicker? Kylie realized she was only 9 when that show started. She was essentially looking at a version of herself on screen that was the same age as the little girl sitting next to her on the couch. This triggered what Kylie described as a total emotional collapse. She told Cuddy that after Stormi went to sleep, she found herself weeping in bed, overcome by a sense of mourning. She wasn't crying because she hates her life. She was crying because she missed the closeness of a time when the entire Jenner Kardashian clan lived under one roof, before the billion-dollar brands, the separate mansions, and the global scrutiny pulled them into different orbits. Public reaction to this has been surprisingly split. On TikTok, viral clips of the interview are being flooded with comments from fans who grew up alongside Kylie. There is a palpable sense of parasocial grief happening. People are posting side-by-side edits of 9-year-old Kylie on the stripper pole in the pilot episode versus 28-year-old Kylie talking about her daughter. The social media debate has turned into a referendum on child stardom. One side sees this as a rare, authentic moment of vulnerability from a woman who is usually extremely guarded. The other side, they're asking the harder question: if it made her weep to see what that fame did to her family, why is she continuing the cycle with Stormi? This situation escalated because it touches on the one thing Kylie Jenner can't buy: her childhood. When we look at the context of past controversies, like the King Kylie era or the constant scrutiny over her appearance, we see a woman who has had to build a very thick, very expensive armor. Seeing her younger self, before the lip kits and the headlines, clearly broke through that armor. Analysis from cultural critics suggests this is a reputation reset for Kylie. It shifts her from the untouchable billionaire to a relatable mom who is grieving the same thing many of us do: the simplicity of the past. But what does this say about influencer culture in 2026? It says that the gold standard of success is starting to look a lot like a gilded cage. Kylie's admission that she is the strict one in her parenting style suggests she is trying to provide Stormi with the boundaries she never had. The fact that she had to furiously fast-forward through her family's own history is a meta-commentary on the Kardashian brand itself. They are a family that was built on oversharing, yet they are now a family that has to self-censor to survive their own legacy. It affects their reputation by humanizing the brand. For years, the Kardashians have been criticized for being famous, but by showing the emotional toll of that fame, Kylie is reframing the narrative. She's making it about sacrifice. The weeping wasn't just about nostalgia. It was about the realization that her daughter is now entering the same fame machine that consumed Kylie's own youth. It's a sobering look at the reality of legacy influencing. We have to separate the confirmed details from the online theories. It is a confirmed fact that Kylie felt very emotional and mourning the closeness of her family. It is a confirmed fact that she was 9 when the show started. The online theories, however, are speculating that this weeping is actually a sign of a deeper rift within the family. Some are suggesting that the group chat she mentioned in her Vogue 73 questions isn't as active as she claims, and that the family is more fractured than they let on. Others are theorizing that this is a soft launch for a more private life for her children, a no-face policy that she has toyed with in the past. The pacing of this discourse has been dynamic. It moved from a cute mom moment to a deeply sad reflection on child exploitation in the span of an afternoon. The slower, analytical tone Kylie took during the podcast, yawning over her morning coffee and talking about being a strict mom, contrasts sharply with the punchy, dramatic headlines that followed. It shows a woman who is trying to be intentional while the world still wants her to be automated. This leads us to an unresolved tension. Stormi is now 8. In 7 years, she will be 15, the age Kylie was when the King Kylie phenomenon began. Kylie herself admitted on the podcast, "I don't know how I'm going to handle it. It's really scary." This is the bigger industry question. Can the children of reality TV ever truly be normal? Or are they destined to spend their adulthood weeping in bed over the childhoods they spent on camera? The future impact of this interview could be a shift in how the Kardashians filmed their current show on Hulu. If Kylie is truly feeling this mourning, we might see her pull back even further. The upcoming response possibility from the rest of the family is also something to watch. Will Kim or Kris address Kylie's weeping? Or will the machine keep rolling, ignoring the cracks in the foundation for the sake of the grid? Ultimately, Kylie Jenner just told us that the best of both worlds is a lie. You can have the billion-dollar company, but you might lose the ability to watch your own history without crying. It's a reminder that even for the most followed woman on Instagram, the most important moments are the ones the cameras missed, and the ones she's now trying to protect for her daughter.